Hey guys, we have the Fnatic versus FPX quarterfinals matchup. No need for introduction for Fnatic. They are one of EU's oldest teams, one of EU's favorite teams, one of EU's most popular team. They had a pretty rough early part of groups, but they really turned it around in the second half. But my biggest criticism for Fnatic is their limited champion pool for certain players. It's not that they don't play a lot of champions. Actually, somewhat it is they don't play a lot of champions, but they just really excel on certain champions like Whippo on Gangplank, Reckless on Xayah. Nemesis is actually not that limited. He plays pretty much everything. Hilly, I also wouldn't say is that limited. He does shine the most on champions like Rakan and Pyke, but it's not that he's bad on other champions. As for FPX, they've been the machine from China. They are a well-oiled machine kind of team where each piece really complements each other. So yeah, let's get started. I have to ban Pantheon from purple.
See if they also respect things like the Kiana.
Kali Gangplank.
Following it up as well. Kale.
So Whippo, I feel like kind of managed his group stage games by playing Gangplank. When he wasn't on Gangplank and he had to play stuff like Shen, I actually thought Whippo really struggled. So if FPX isn't planning on first picking Gangplank, then I actually do like the Gangplank ban. Akali ban, that's a champion that FPX doesn't play, so really understanding that ban also. Let's see what Fnatic bans.
Kale has been very pivotal, but this matchup might actually be determined
Kiana.
by a
Probably
lot more
TF here.
focus on the early game than we saw in our previous best of 5.
I think every single team has banned TF versus Fnatic so far. Oh wow, opening TF versus Fnatic and banning Gragas instead. Interesting. Wow, they rather not play versus Akali. It's cray. Also, I think my fan turned on again. Let me go turn it off. The fact that they would rather play versus Akali than TF, I think if any of these bands switch to TF, it has to be the Akali one. Kiana probably the second strongest champion after Pantheon. We're gonna see this a lot from West side. Pantheon and Kiana there.
Your group is 5 anyway, and then you have to team fight.
And already we're seeing a little bit of a pinch on the jungle.
I don't mind the TF open, especially for game 1.
From Phoenix,
you get to feel the other team out, see if you can beat the TF. They can beat if they can beat TF, then they can ban it throughout the tournament, throughout the series. If they can't beat TF, then they can ban it throughout the series. Also, really liking the Renekton ban from Fnatic. I do wish they could ban both Renekton and Ryze. I think those are Dortmund's two best champion and the easiest to fit around the team.
As kind of two choices you had to look at as Fnatic. We've seen Renekton first pick multiple times already. We know Ryze is an amazing pick for DortMund, and we know they can flex it. But they're actually grabbing Xayah for the second time.
I think Reckless is way more comfortable on Xayah than Kai'Sa, so this is more of a takeaway. LWX's better pick is Kai'Sa, so they're taking away Xayah. Fnatic taking TF. Oh my god, are we starting with Garen Yuumi? Oh my god, are we starting with Garen Yuumi?
You don't care about Yuumi?
I want DF!
Twisted Fate is more important because Nemesis has looked best when he is on roam champions. Range champions for the mid lane that can then affect the side lanes. But you have to say, Yuumi is a champion that defines the entire team composition.
Well, the Twisted Fate for Nemesis, 7 times played, 7 wins, during the summer split, 2 losses to his name. It was a champion that helped define him in the summer split.
Yuumi.
And there's that rise that you were talking about a moment ago to Fisher.
Yeah, we know again they can flex it into 2 lanes. I think if they do decide to put it mid, expect early game jungle attention towards the lane so they can try.
Both teams are getting like insane picks for what they want to do. FPX getting Xayah Rakan plus Ryze. Fnatic getting TF, Garen Yuumi.
Into roam, and it requires jungle and support attention. Yuumi cannot help. She's stuck with the Garen, so that could give an edge to FPX.
And the big difference this time
One thing I hate about having Yuumi is she's not able to roam. I say this all the time, but a huge part about playing TF is the 3v3 in combination with the support and the jungler. When you have Yuumi, you can't run the 3v3, so that's something that can be problematic.
Is something that was pretty critical because DortMund had an interview after their group stage games where they looked remarkably weaker than their LPL play during all of summer, basically, and he talked about needing to play a carry champion. This is one of his most played champions. He does build somewhat defensively on it, getting things like the Righteous Glory, so he can still be the point man for the team and create plays.
100% agree. And while Fnatic
Jack
can play
what the
towards
fuck?
the Garen Yuumi lane, you don't have to.
I think they might be picking Kled because I think that's what Broxa picked. Not Broxa, Bwipo usually picked Jackson into Kled.
To guarantee basically snowball.
Jibin banned. Jibin Rise always good. Yep, they banned Kled because they know Gingham probably was looking to pick Kled. That's why they banned Jax.
Honestly, I would rather see Bwipo on an offensive champion for Fnatic and have Twisted Fate try and enable that.
Exactly.
Because we've seen FPX look their worst
At
when
least
they're
still
under
open.
attack early, when they're the recipient of the tower dives.
But if either TF or Rise gets Elise, they're just gonna run Cleanse on the other side.
Might seem a little bit weird, but it is
What are you gonna
something
pick into
FPX can
Elise?
play in both lanes. Raz already
There's no way
highlighted
they
this
pick
on
Morgar
the
Karma.
Atlas
Oh,
test,
he's
and
just
they
trolling.
could have taken it, put it potentially against the TF to try and see if they could snowball
It just
the
has
lane.
to be Elise.
It is removed now.
Yeah.
Jarvan obviously also taken away on the side of Fnatic.
And Elise here, we're talking about tower dives, perfect jungle champion to get those
Olaf.
off the ground.
Olaf rides
the
also
only
really
missing
nice
piece
together.
to that Fnatic composition would be a damage-oriented champion for
Camille.
Bwipo. So we shall see. FPX have to show first.
Damn, this is a full-on dive comp. Every champion dives on FPX.
Well. One, you can match early game, and two, you
Wow,
can run TF
I feel really
down.
awkward
there's
playing
no way
Square
for us to
Pusher
fully
versus
escape
TF,
when an
so
Olaf
I'm pretty
comes
curious how
charging at
FPX is
it.
gonna handle
Camille
it.
Can also be put mid in this situation here, so you have amazing setup
Aatrox.
to try and shut down a very squishy,
With Boney
low
plays 2
mobility
champion,
on the side of
Gangplank
Fnatic, but
Aatrox,
we expect
and I guess Renekton also.
because we want to see if there are more lanes that can play around with TF and not just the Garen Yuumi lane.
Camille mid has seen a lot of success
What?
already.
Oh my god, he
at
actually
the
did.
Oh
World
my
Cup.
god.
We're
Rengar
sucking
at
up
least,
carry
holy
champion,
shit.
carry champion, but nobody wanted to say the words.
Two
Finally,
cats.
infamous Rengar time.
2 cats.
Two professional games played.
2
One
cats.
win, 1 loss. He went 5 kills, 10 deaths, 8
hell?
assists. It's one of the most controversial top lane picks in European history, and in a quarterfinal matchup, the carry
cats.
that Bwipo chooses is another kitty cat.
I love it because if you just look one day back on the social media, literally
You can
has
understand
Young Buck
Rengar,
telling
but
him,
why
"Please
Elise?
stop
Elise
playing
is
Rengar
way more
top."
common than
Well,
Rengar.
You keep playing what you love, and eventually you get to play.
Well, they
on
at least
the
have a
world
really
stage.
set game plan.
Now,
So when you have
do
Garen
we
Yuumi,
like
you don't really
it?
have to babysit or game for the Garen
What do
Yuumi.
you think?
So you can just
So
play
in
for
a
the top
game
side.
one of a
The
best
Fnatic
of
game
five,
plan should
yes,
be
I
at
like
least
it.
TF
You can
Rengar,
get,
just
or you
keep
can
killing
take the
Camille
chance.
over and
I
over
think
again.
it's the kind of pick where if you
The
get
mid jungle
that
2v2 is going to be
the amount of
really
pressure
important.
he puts
TF
on
and
the
Elise
map
getting
might
control
just
over
go
rides.
missing from his
Also,
top
like the
lane.
huge
It's
problem with it
absolutely
is
insane. We literally
Rakan can
cannot
roam
sit
mid where
when he's
Yuumi
missing
can't.
top side.
So
I don't think
let's
the
see
1v1
how
early
Fnatic's
game
able
is
to get
very
mid and
good.
jungle control.
There's a big if.
But if they're
I'll
not
talk a
able
little
to get
bit
mid
more
and jungle
about
control,
Rengar
I feel like their
matchups when we
comp will
get into
fall
the
apart.
game, but it hinges
TF won't be activated.
so much on early priority. If Rengar loses priority on the brush, it becomes a useless top lane champion. All right, quick shot's giving me the slowdown.
Why are Dan's eyes so big? And whenever I see Nemesis, the only thing I can think
Ladies and
of
gentlemen,
is
welcome to Fun Plus
a
Fuse
weapon
taking on
has no
Fnatic.
emotion.
This was potentially the most exciting set of quarterfinals
That's the quote of
we've
the
ever
tournament.
had in World Championship history. And to open the first quarterfinal of the day, Poppy mid was a thing. Now we have Rengar top and Garen Yuumi box.
And also we have level 1, always important in Fnatic games. FPX, what have they prepared? Sitting 5 members bottom side, can now either move up towards the river as 5 into the small little brush and then late invade on blue, or they can see.
And both teams have pretty insane level 1. Olaf level 1, Rengar level 1, Rakan level 1.
5 members on bottom side as well. Will be spotted.
Yeah, they're going to get early vision here. Easy disengage.
Oh no,
for
you gave gold to the
Fnatic, but
Yuumi.
They can't fight it. Even if they know that they're here, you cannot challenge the Olaf rise early.
Oh, they're still around.
Oh, the engage has already come in. Fun Plus Hope over the wall. Fnatic starts it back away.
Oh, Yumi didn't get a second
little
proc.
bit there, but there's still the potential for an engage.
Staying in it. They have a ward on the other side now, FPX, so they can see Fnatic are walking that route around to get back.
What are they
towards the blue
doing?
buff.
What are both
Seems
teams
like they wanna
doing?
try to steal blue, maybe
Oh,
split the map
FPX
in
wants to fight level 1 no matter what.
Up too. Yumi already using the Ignite from Hylissang.
No one's giving up this blue buff.
This is good for FPX.
Gold card is
Olaf
primed.
wins.
We're going to keep a close side. Crisp gets locked down.
Guys,
Oh.
we have 10 players trying to get a blue
Camille
buff.
flanking, Camille flanking. Oh, Rakan 3-man.
Find the engage. Fnatic are retreating. The precision protocol correction, the hookshot rather, sends
This is good for
Camille
FPX.
flying at blue buff. Still not yet conceded.
Oh, who smited? Oh, he missed a smite.
It resets. Welcome to the
Oh
World
my God.
Championship, ladies and gentlemen, where the Sentinel resets and goes the way of Fnatic.
That was
FPX could have won that.
Now is it
That
Olaf
was
without
FPX
blue buff, and
could have won that.
50-60 mana to his name? That is
Oh
gonna be
my
very
God.
difficult trying to
He's
get
so
back into
fucked
it.
now.
It was harder to take
He has to
down
go to
the
his
blue
own
buff
blue.
than a North American
He has to go to his
team
own
was.
blue. That's the only way.
I just got here, man.
I just got here.
Shots fired as Deficio has landed at Worlds. But let's go back to this Tian point. Raz has talked
He has
this
to start
man
his own
up
blue. That's the
so
only
much
way.
today. Kobe, what in fact
At least he's gonna have a very
easy.
easy path to level
I'm still
3.
reeling. I'm on the floor here. Quick shot.
I wish
Deliver
Broxah
it.
did a different
Defeating
pathing.
blow already.
So there's
I
a
wanna
very
focus on
special
this
pathing
Rengar
you can do
matchup.
to get
Not
level
exactly
3.
Sure what you just said
It's
for the setup,
blue buff,
but Rengar
Gromp,
top, as we said,
2 little wolves,
requires
and
that
then
early
red buff,
pressure, does
and then
get
that
the
gives you
level
level
2,
3.
going hard, has the empowered Q,
He-
conquer proc.
He's chasing 110 HP.
Oh my God!
Bwipo,
Holy,
solo
this is going so well for Fnatic. Their game plan is bust open top,
pushes hard for the level
and
2,
they're in a
and
really good
chases him
spot to
down
keep
with
busting open top.
Conqueror.
Oh, imagine he did my level 3 pathing that I suggested. He'd be already top and he could gank or dive a second
Classic
time.
Level 2 power spike.
Holy shit, this game's already so crazy.
Camille can do to fight back. Broxah around mid.
Flash,
All right,
flash,
where's the cocoon?
flash!
Kobe has got himself the flash. And it's very easy
I think that would have been a
to
kill with
sidestep it,
flash
so
card.
knocks it out alive.
Nemesis
Alright,
flash
bottom, they're
card.
gonna have a trade
I'm
here,
pretty
but
sure
if
that would have
Garen,
been a
as you know,
kill.
with the Yumi, will just heal back up. Because Rengar top is abnormal for pro play, I want to continue to focus on it. And what I was going to talk about was that Fnatic have drafted around it. You saw them get the setup before they lock it in. For
No, he
last
wouldn't
pick.
die to minions if he
Require
just flash
twisted
carded
big
and
mid
ran.
to help out with extra pressure from
At least
games
can
for
finish
mid
off the
with
kill
ultimates.
with
And
Cocoon.
a jungler like Elise that can play off of that pushing pressure can threaten dives.
Elise could have
also think
played.
it's important
Elise
to
would have just
highlight
finished
Broxah
off with Cocoon, and
looking
also
towards mid early.
whatchamacallit?
As we kinda highlight, mid
Olaf
priority
was
is so
behind in
key
pathing, so I
between
think
both teams.
would have been
Nemesis was
really
very
fucking
low,
hard for
in that
Olaf
lane.
to
He
be
had
mid
to go
side.
back and blow TP early on. Let's see bot lane dive.
All right, teleport's coming in. That's the knockup landing onto Reckless. He decides to turn back to the tower, but this is an easy
Oh,
kill.
this is gonna be-
Crisp is the one that gets the credit. Hylissang's low on mana. The
Buy
tower
one, get
aggro
one
has
free.
been swapped. Tian goes low, survives by 80 HP.
Buy one,
Now
get
the
one
tower
free.
turns to
Oh,
a
what the
three-man.
fuck? Yumi got a return kill.
But 3 members
Holy fuck, they
stand.
lose
A
so much CS bot side
gigantic
though.
minion wave and the turret plates as
Yeah.
well.
And let's see if anything happens top now. Normally when
Plating,
so many
losing so
members
much
are
CS bottom.
investing so much time bot, you cross map instantly and try and gain an advantage. There's still flash on Gimgoon. That's important to highlight. He didn't use it last time. And Broxah ended up just recon because the wave is not in a position to actually tower.
Oh, Rengar's so dumb to
Very
play
big move
versus.
there from
Fuck that
FPX
champion.
to get the bottom side rolling for themselves. The Xayah is going
Why
to have to be
Bwipo
a
goes
very
3
critical
Doran
part.
Sword?
Let's take another look
He just
at
wants
how
to
they
snowball
started
much
out.
as possible.
Calling in the Olaf plus the teleport so early on.
And it's just such a
Oh, no one had
clean
TP
dive
to
execute.
save them.
Use TP as well, obviously from mid, but they knew Broxah was most likely
Buy
top side. There were no
one,
plans to take. He
get
already showed mid
one
from the top side.
free.
Still very safe going down with the jungler to actually execute this play.
And this is when
3
FPX
Doran
with their
Sword
best.
Rengar.
It's
Holy
when
fuck.
they're setting up the aggressive moves on the side lanes themselves. You talk about Doinby using his teleport for the team there to try and get that going. It does find some success for them. The top side, though, is going to be heavily Fnatic favored. You see these 3 Doran stacks from Bwipo. You have to keep the pressure rolling on a pick like this.
You
But I
need
think
to
you
dive
highlighting
this
the TP
pick.
is important. It's a big investment, you know. He lost more minions in mid. Nemesis is actually a hidden experience. He will hit level 6 fairly soon.
Oh.
All right, Reckless gets knocked up once again. LWX and Crisp having a good time in this lane, applying pressure to the Fnatic bottom.
And a big reason why it is important, Deficio, and you talked about Broxah.
I want to
going
see
mid.
Broxah be
If
way
you
more
get to
proactive
lend
around
some
top
pressure
side.
as Broxah towards mid and free up Nemesis, then all of a sudden you
Trinket.
get to use that
Broxah
proactive
needs to use
Twisted
Trinket.
Fate
There we
ultimate
go.
that is going to be Fnatic's answer to it.
All right, of course,
Getting
we've
control
talked a
from
lot
that
about
side.
FunPlus and how this style has worked out. The analyst desk was talking a lot about Summer versus Worlds. I actually just want to quickly remind everybody just how dominant FunPlus Phoenix was. This is their LPL summer record. 35-6, kills of 15 out the charts, and a 1.4 average goal lead at 15 minutes.
I feel like Nemesis' weight control is also mad.
Just saw here. It's not about individual advantages in these lanes. You don't.
The fact that TF and Elise can't set up for each other
which we have seen
means someone's fucking
Chinese
up.
Teams in the past. It's teamwork, it's communication, and it's coordination. Mainly mid jungle, so Tian and Crisp, and then of course setting up Doing B to get priority in mid, and then he can roam to whichever lane he wants to, and they just hard commit.
Yeah, Doing B, definitely a big part of it. It's funny because we say a lot of similar threads for Fnatic side. Twisted Fate,
if they're pushing up so much, then yeah, they should be diving top.
If they're looking for another side lane play,
Fnatic has so much playmaking tools, but they're not doing anything.
The teleports are on cooldown, and Nemesis would be the first one there.
Yeah, obvious choice seems like top lane. Like,
why are they playing towards bot lane so much?
To actually have some sort
You have a
of
Rengar
setup.
versus
It's not just the
Camille.
gold card
Dive
from
in.
TF himself. So Fnatic
What's
might
their
just
game
end
plan?
up having to play defensive on bottom side. It could set up another tower dive because right now
What the
Ryze is getting
fuck
the
is their
push
game plan?
and he's moving again.
Right, 20 CS advantage in the top lane for Bwipo. Those triple Doran's Blades doing a lot of work. The blue buff seems to be another point of contention as FPX have moved their way into challenge this one from Fnatic.
Yeah, and they should be able to finish it off unless Broxah goes for the smite fight.
All right, Broxah gets caught up, knocked up.
Why?
Trying to defend
Go
the
top,
blue,
you
but
idiot!
kills.
And this is a bit of a problem here.
What?
Something we've seen in the past from Broxah when he's getting put in situations where he has to decide between, do I defend on weak side, which in this case it was the weak side because his duo was back in base, they were not there to contest, or do I go and try and invade on enemy side? Like that decision you gotta basically make instantly. He went for the, I want to defend the buff. Not the correct call.
This
no
game
backup
is
for him. Another good kill for FPX.
Well, there is not even a decision. You don't gank for Garen Yumi. You just don't. That's not a thing.
On the opposite side of the map from Bwipo.
There's no decisions to be made this game. You have to go top side.
Money went over. I think it's an intelligent choice.
Oh, it's crazy that he fucking this up.
The other half of the map. They can bully on the
There's literally no decision to be made. The only decision to make is when do I go top
It
side.
is just not enough respect, I think, from Broxah as far as the catch.
I just want to quickly praise Chris right here for actually reading the situation. He hides behind the corner, so he's out of vision. Yes, Broxah wants you to try and smite steal and then walk away, but he gets surprised that Rakan is in that position.
Defending
so
blue buff because they know they can counter
on a
invade.
fairly greedy play.
And if you look at where these choices are going to take us in the game, given the context of these team compositions, you're looking at the outplay later on.
Yeah, Rengar should be something like 3-0 right now.
He's got CS
They should have just doped Camille over and over again.
Transfer pressure
Camille should have been out of
lane
game.
Rengar to try and gank that bottom lane and play off of it, but it's a Xayah. One of the reasons this is such a critical pick is because of the self-peel ultimate and can
I don't know, man.
play around.
I have to go back and check out mid lane in detail, but it seems like they're not setting up
After
mid.
losing the fight at his own
If they can get the push mid, then they should be using ult for top side.
He will now be given over. He's around. He has good, decent vision. They know where enemy jungler is.
Nemesis is level
Can
8
now
and he
pass
still hasn't
top side, so
ulted
they're
top.
ready. Actually,
He
all
still hasn't
enemy-
ulted once
That's a
yet.
flash ball from Reckless, the final chapter as well. Great play from Chris to re-engage. Demacian Justice comes down, but Hilly...
Like, Garen Yumi's doing fine by themselves. Fucking play the top side.
And it's so simple. Fnatic, they understand how much damage can Garen Yumi do together. Okay, we know we can all in. We just need to see enemy jungler. They see him at the blue buff, and then they go.
And now you also have to worry. There is no Xayah ultimate, and there's a level 8 fed Rengar with teleport and ultimate available. I'm very curious to see how Fnatic are actually going to use
Rengar no
Bwipo,
boots.
From this stage forward. If they want to take over the rest of the map,
Rengar no boots.
you know, or keep him trying to punish the Camille and keep the Camille down, because that is going to become much more difficult. You know, trying to go the CS denial.
Oh, I love the Spanish fans echoing the feeling on the desk as the recall does complete.
Oh, he missed cannon. Oh my god. I feel for you, LWX.
Goes the way of FunPlus and Reckless.
My hand goes over Alt
TF can
FX
hold
every
down
single
bot side
time
now
I
if
miss
he wants to. They
cannon.
have Broxah here as well. It might be a
And
fall
TF
versus
can't ult
Warhammer
here.
because we see
They have
constantly
zero
top of
control.
your screen doing B. He keeps moving into the river on bottom side. He just sits out.
Why
of
are we
sometimes
playing towards the
just
Garen
fake
Yumi
it, fake
side?
it, he's
What the
actually going for it,
fuck?
But it also stops Nemesis from
Why
just
pick
into the
Rengar
TP
Elise
anyway.
and not do anything with
Nemesis
Rengar and
is being
Elise?
shoved in under the turret. He's got the Phage, he's got the Sheen. Pretty much even on CS as Tian is now waiting in the wings. Top lane still continues to grow. Bwipo returned to lane with that Phage and Kindle
Holy
Gem,
fuck.
ranking 40 CS up over his lane opponent, but we've not seen him TP. Every time I see Bwipo duck back into the bushes, there is that possibility.
I mean, one of the reasons he's not just TPing down is they don't have river control on the side of Fnatic if you look at the vision. It is heavily in favor of FPX. So they don't know exactly where Olaf is positioned. They don't know how quick DoingB can actually move down. And that stops them because they do know if it is a 4-man game,
Wow,
and there are
it's
3 or 4
crazy
guys
that they do
from
nothing
FPX,
with the
it's
Elise
going to be a
Rengar.
big fight happening. And you can't
Absolutely
guarantee to win
fucking
that.
crazy.
Yeah, there's a possibility of a very big fight happening. Everyone has teleports ready to answer, and you can tell where the focus is with that concentration of Fnatic wards on the bottom half of the map, and Broxa slipping in for a lane gank going through the control ward. They're
He's playing
setting
a
up
push.
for the possible Ocean Drake coming up very quickly in that river you talk about.
Also, they are allowing Reckless and Hylissang, without flash, obviously, to push out. They can now recall and they can decide, run through mid. Do we want to
Well,
go
it's
say
actually
Herald?
fucking
That's
insane
an
that the
opportunity
Elise
for you
TF
to
hasn't
do
made
that
one
first,
aggressive move
or do
towards
you just
top
want to
lane.
return to bottom
What
side
is the
and
game
try
plan?
and connect bot and mid. So get your push bot lane, move towards mid to clear the river
No,
wards,
what the
and then you
fuck
start
is,
getting
like,
more
Nemesis
control
and
bottom side.
I think they're gonna have
Broxa's
to
game
take a
plan this
recall
game.
between Bwipo and Nemesis first. They need the completion of the Trinity Force and the Black Cleaver. Would be very big power spikes for both the solo laners here, and they may look to try and get that before they go in.
I think it's also important to highlight that people might look at Rengar as like a snowball pick, but it's actually not. He adds so much value later in the game, and we'll talk more about it when we have the full
But
map
he is
set
a
up outside
snowball
the lane
pick when you
phase,
get the kill
but he
early.
doesn't need to snowball to be useful. It's actually
What?
a lot about how he uses
What?
ulti to apply pressure
Wow,
everywhere.
Deficio, if he's buying 3 Dorians, what do you think he's trying
Oh,
to
I mean,
do?
you always take the level 2, level 1 all in.
Take a look at the itemization. As
Oh,
now
we're playing towards
Bottom,
bot
there's the
side.
Destiny and the gate teleport comes forward.
We're
Reckless
playing
is
towards
going in.
bot
He's
side?
not yet winning. Gimgoon and DoingB are going to return. Nemesis
We're
is
playing
already
towards
shut down.
bot
Now
side?
he's running for his life, prowling projectile. Why sometime?
Why the
Comes
fuck
in,
are we
six
playing
down,
towards Garen Yumi?
Savage turns his attention to Gimgoon. Will be able to be an unseen predator, hopping and skipping and jumping onto FPX. He does get shut down on the fray.
The kitty
LWX
duo.
with
No,
the Essence
the
Reaver
double kitty.
gets the shutdown, gets the double, and Fnatic on for the last.
That's the big focus bottom we were talking about and looking for, and in the end, actually, because of
Yeah,
the outplay, it is FPX that come away with the extra kill. Bwipo does go down there and tries to clean them up, but that last blade caller from LWX
Dude.
getting the answer kill. Let's take a look at how it starts out. Everybody with their eyes towards bottom. As soon as Twisted Fate ultimate goes down, the teleport starts.
This is actually
the channel.
so
I
troll for
really
them.
like the CC right there from Crisp onto Nemesis instantly. And as you highlighted, Kobe, double TP coming in. Both junglers are on the other side of the map. They were not here to join the fight. It became the exact 4 versus 4 we were just highlighting. Fnatic are not guaranteed to win that. They could not take down
Fight
FPX
top
fast
side.
enough.
Dude,
Where does this leave us as
Bwipo
we come
first
out
blooded.
of
Why
the
didn't they
six
play towards
kills to
Bwipo?
5, a
I still don't understand
minor
what the fuck
advantage
happened
for
this game.
Fnatic. Reckless does have his recall interrupted, and I think crucially, LWX, by the way, yes, he's up 1,300 gold over his lane opponent. Take a look at
The Yumi
total
roam.
net gold for the
This is
lane,
actually
plus
so bad when
700
Yumi
for the
roams
duo.
like this.
Essence Reaver completes
She has
up. He's
such a
just
fucking hard
on
time getting
that
back into
coal,
lane.
and this could
I guess
very
they
well
already
be the
gave
first
a
time
bot
the
lane,
game
so it's
falling.
fine.
And they'll also get the Drake right now. So FPX have actually done a great job controlling bot side, which is what we saw from them in the LPL, which is one of the things they did so well. People can't decide if LWX is like an amazing player who can just carry on his own, or if he's someone who's just getting a lot of resources. Like, he loves to all in, he loves to be aggressive, but it's also easier to do that when you know your jungler and your mid laner are always looking towards
That
your
Yumi
lane
roam
to
top
try and
lane.
set up, as we've seen here, multiple plays together.
Yeah, he's definitely the recipient of a lot of the pressure from DoingB and Tian.
Oh, they know
roaming
the
around
kitty's
map,
there.
Focusing
They
on that
know.
bottom side, and it has
They
paid
know the
returns.
double cat
This
is there.
Dia, very good CS so far, looking towards the second item as they start up the Rift Herald, but Fnatic are decent placement. No teleport from Reckless means that
One
is
thing
not
FPX
gonna
did that
be
was
an
really
answer.
clean,
Nemesis
that,
has got the Destiny
and they've
available
talked about
for the
before,
Humble
is
Bwipo, and he's actually
making
throwing
sure
it
you
down.
take the
Nemesis
dragon before you swap
gonna be
over.
stepping forward. Gold card was
Seems like a
fine, but
very
Bwipo
simple
ran
concept,
in,
but
ran
I've
away.
seen teams
They're
not do
going
it.
to concede this one. Both teams secure 2 turret plates, but FPX got the turret first blood, and that's an engage forward onto DoingB. His flash was forced. Bwipo's now waiting in the wings. I'm looking to see if FPX can find initiation. Where is Chris? Flash is available for him, but he holds on to it for now.
And it's a very low cooldown now that it's a level 11 Rengar with the Black Cleaver, as well as another Caulfield's Warhammer.
Camille will be
Cooldown
fine.
reduction. We have a pick of the
Camille
jungle.
will be
Now we do.
fine.
Nemesis just looks to run down Gimgoon. Gold
Oh,
card,
never
Prime
mind.
down, Prime
Wow,
down.
Nemesis just pulled that
Nemesis,
gold
that
card
was
so
just a
quickly. I didn't
confident
expect
play
that.
from Fnatic.
But if you look back at the last
Okay,
like,
Nemesis
1
is a
or
god.
2 minutes, it's actually been
That was
heavily
not
FPX
within my
favored after
calculation.
that fight in bot lane. They came back with the AD carry. They actually got tempo bot side, took a turret, got a Drake secured at the same time, and Fnatic were not in a position to swap up and trade for Herald. Let's see around mid.
All right, that's the engage here from Chris. Gets multi-man charm onto Reckless as well as the support. Reckless now running for his life. Brox is in trouble, forced to get over the wall. All of a sudden, Reckless is down.
Has flash.
LWX sends the feathers flying. 2 quick kills for FPX.
And they still have the Rift Herald on top side. If you look at the mini-map, that Rift
Oh
Herald
man, Rift Herald's gonna take top turret like this. Damn, Fnatic's getting busted wide open.
Oh man, this tower's going
top turret, mid turret, maybe even a second top turret.
Without somebody
okay, no second top turret, thank God.
Not going to provide the power they need. An FPX 1500 gold lead, 3 towers to 0.
And one of the
Fnatic had a global comp that was about blowing open top lane, and they did jack shit to blow open top lane, and they tried to keep covering for the Garen Yuumi. This was such a weird game to watch.
the big things for
Yeah, but what's insane is like,
is that once you
Elise is a champion that's designed to dive turrets. She is an insane turret diver because she has an aggro reset. And early level, she's one of the strongest because she has multiple skills she can work with before she gets her ultimate.
Engaged on once again, Crisp landing a great setup.
That was the big thing there. You could see Nemesis on the inside of the Raptor pit with very low mana.
God, it's so
only
crazy.
gets to throw a gold card at an ulted Olaf over that fight. So it was a really good job of FPX recognizing their opening. But bottom side, Gimgoon under attack again.
All right, great interrupt from Whipeye. Would like to believe he stepped in front intentionally. The cocoon lands as well, but look, there's not enough damage yet. Gimgoon and the Camille passive doing a lot of work to keep him alive.
Imagine this was done way earlier. Before Camille got items, when Whippo had the first blood.
Kill, lost all the tier 1 towers. Gives FPX so many opportunities now to just push in lanes. They can decide we want to get mid priority, that's the normal one, and then they pick a strong side where they place their vision. They secure another turret. Fnatic are all inning for these picks, either in the jungle or now just in the side lane, and they're not actually finding success.
And to me, the big difference there is that they're just not being able to actually execute on it, because I think that's how they should be playing, how they have to play. Chris finds the pick in mid.
He does indeed. Broxer will be able to repel by some time. Final chapter comes down. That's going to stun up at least Root just a couple. Reckless is considering stepping forward. Gold card was primed, and that will be enough to get the LWX ultimate out. He lands on the rise and escapes with his life. Here comes Nami, but he gets chunked down, blown up, almost dead.
Play.
Not just yet. Tian's trying to run him down. The rest of Fnatic are re-engaging.
Long as Rise is alive, this is hard.
There goes the spin.
It's so hard with Rise alive.
Look at Camille in the mid lane.
Yeah, she comes. Gimgoon jumps back in. Reckless stays alive a few seconds longer.
God.
Not that long, though. And FPX get the delayed ace.
And they just keep winning these fights here. They're ready. They actually started the engagement in the mid lane, then decided, no, let's back up with the Rise ulti, but they stayed together. Fnatic right now don't have that much damage. They can't just burst them down. So we actually saw Camille moving all the way
with going on Elise. They didn't get the one shot on Elise.
Now everyone from FPX decides we don't want to dive any further. Let's ulti out. We might get flanked by Rengar. So they get everyone out.
Oh, what the fuck was that Zaya ult? What?
And I want to highlight that path that you can see them going over, the double control wards that allow
when they can't focus Rise and he's allowed to do whatever he wants to do, Fnatic comp deals with Rise really badly.
Both popping them to go in.
Like they need TF ult on Rise, or they need a TF card on Rise and need to focus him down. If not, he's gonna take over fights like this.
There's also no escape for Hilly or Reckless.
Yeah, I think he knew I'm not getting out of this, so I'm gonna try and get the brush to see if I can actually get on to Rise with the Garen, and we might be able to get one more kill.
Well, I think Doinby rather sending a pretty big message to Fnatic in terms of damage in that last team fight. FPX 2,500 gold up, 4 kills up, 4 towers up, 3 dragons up, and every single punch Fnatic have thrown has not found a target.
And that's kind of the important thing here, because Fnatic's draft around 20 minutes is actually where I really feel that it comes online.
What? No! It's an early game draft.
Can't move anywhere, because now normally what happens is TF is in one side lane, Rengar is in the other, Garen Yuumi can hold mid, you always threaten with the Yuumi ulti if someone sits there to try and wave clear.
I understand what Blip was trying to get at, like Fnatic does have like a decent mid game to play off of with the 1-3-1. But a huge problem is, like, comparatively, what does the other draft want to do? And the other draft has even stronger split pushers, so the 1-3-1 isn't really valid. And also, another thing that's problematic is
very
Like, you
quickly.
miss an opportunity when you
this
had
is
all
kind of what I
the
was talking about,
chances to
how
do
this
stuff early
setup
and you
with
did
the
nothing
Rengar
with it.
does actually have to snowball, because without that early priority, makes it so difficult to spread the map. You have to make use of
Blippo
this
sold
consistent
ER.
ultimate,
Did he
and
have
Rengar
ER? Why
knows
the
big
fuck would he have
strengths of the
FNC on
Garen Yuumi
Rengar?
is that it takes so long even if you catch them. But
Also, when
FPX
you're this ahead,
constantly
build
finding
lethality.
these
I'm
picks
surprised he didn't build
to attack
lethality Rengar.
Fnatic before they get to set up their pressure.
All right, a couple of ultimates committed top. It won't be enough, but it pulls Reckless far enough forward. He gets taken down. Doinb forced to flash defense.
Black Cleaver here feels so weird.
With his life. And all of a sudden, Reckless was caught out in the mid lane.
And every single time FPX starts a fight where there are multiple members together, they win. It's a big thing for them. If they start being split and individually they can be caught off guard, then they can actually lose. But now they'll win.
Oh, a lot of pressure. Hylissang's in trouble. Well, Broxah's going to be able to get over the wall. The repel bought enough time for Fnatic members to come in for the defense. So Baron has been stopped, but as it stands, Fnatic still remain on the back foot.
Yeah, I doubt Blippo's going to go in on this. That's definitely going to be an ill-advised Rengar ultimate there. Once again, FPX will get a reset off of this, and they've already got control wards on Baron, where they can try and draw Fnatic.
Fnatic's gonna get outscaled really quickly, and also Rengar's not gonna have targets when Xayah gets. I don't feel like Rengar has targets anymore. So. Whenever Xayah has ultimate, it's so hard for Rengar to kill her. Xayah's actually one of the only few champions that can deal with Rengar so well. Because Rengar damage isn't flashable, so a lot of times you get one shot, but Xayah ult actually counters it completely.
That has been the big difference maker. They've actually been able to stop Fnatic from setting up their game plan before they can even get their lanes pushing on the side. It's really good engages from Chris.
And they had a winning carry versus carry matchup topside with a jungler that can tower dive.
Now that we're seeing Gimgoon finally on the Camille be able to have some use after the early lane phase.
This game's over now.
If you take a second to talk about Doinb, he's 2-0-10.
The carries are too strong. Ryze too strong, Xayah too strong.
Signature pick in Ryze, having 13 wins and 2 losses. And now FPX, they're starting the Baron.
Without TP, they don't have TP bot lane.
All right, so this is going to peel away. They get the Destiny, though. That's enough. That's at least one down, but look at this. The Realm Warp comes in. That's enough to force the flash from Reckless. He continues to run for his life.
Oh my god.
That's already a kill. No TP. Nobody cares. Demacia
Damn.
Justice comes down.
So this is like the infamous Doinb Righteous Glory Ryze. He functions as the engager and the carry. It's so crazy good. And also it's really hard to kill. Ryze with Mercs. And Ryze is really speedy and tanky.
And they just dive onto Fnatic, find 2 members, no jungler alive.
Ban Ryze next game,
They
please.
run the risk of going in. Final chapter is thrown down, and FPX will be able to secure it.
Can't kill.
Ultimate, not
Yeah, this is a Xayah Rengar problem.
The feathers fly. That's
Xayah deals really well with Rengar.
UNB and Zumi's doing a lot of work. Here comes Kingu. He's gonna hop over the wall. Hextech ultimates and comes
Yeah, Xayah
down.
just deals so well with Rengar.
Over to Nemesis. Nemesis needs to get that gold card prime. Needs to hit the right target. As a teleport now comes
A lot of
in.
Rengar's damage is front loaded onto his ult, where he gets ult auto Q.
I think FPX, with this Baron buff, should go for a reset to get back in time for the Infernal Drake. I mean, that's going to be very, very big in continuing. Let's talk about the engage, though, because once again, this is them starting up the objective. Reckless
Here, and then Doinb engage.
DeFicio's losing his mind.
He probably expected TF to stay with
Oh
him,
my
and they could
god.
just kill this ward and it would just be a full reset.
Look at that Ryze.
But FPX, they're finding great openings. Everyone expects them to just go back there and then start all over. No, they saw, oh, this guy's alone, let's go.
And once again, Chris, this guy on your screen, his flash is up. The Recon engage is so important. Even though it is the Garen, it is the Reckless, the tanky member on the team, they're able to find the pick. They get the Baron for themselves. And let's get back to live.
Oh, Rengar can't get the one shot. It's so fucking bad for Rengar.
Big kill here. Does get
Like not being able to get one shot.
Gonna be able to finish that one off, but gets chased down by Gimgoon.
And not having good targets. Like he can't go on the Ryze. Ryze has too much armor and also a shield.
16 kills to 9. Another dragon secured. Realm Warp now sends FPX into the mid lane. I held my breath for a moment because I thought they may have caught Fnatic out, and Nemesis running away with the help of Hylissang.
And as long as FPX stay together,
here comes Chris.
they cannot get caught out.
Buzz holding my breath there.
Too early, Trevor, too early.
Oh, stays together. FPX looking for the opportunity, but the quickness is down. That's a small win in trying to defend this turret. Actually, it doesn't matter at all. The turret just gets melted. There's the engage. Crisp still finds
Fnatic didn't do anything this
Loco,
game.
flashless
They had a
Rengar
really fucking good
easily
start.
gets taken down.
Rengar first
So
blooded
does the
Camille.
inhibitor.
They denied Olaf the blue buff. They had such a good start and they did nothing with it. Holy shit.
Oh, 5,000 gold lead. Kimgun goes in. That's so much damage.
I just cannot phantom why they didn't play towards top side and they felt the need to play towards bot. Like Garen Yuumi is an incredibly hard lane to gank for. They have very few ways to gap close and CC. Like they're not a lane that can like get ganks well, and they're also really hard to. They're a really hard lane to gank also, so they're a really good lane to leave independent. But they, I don't know why, but they play so heavily for bot side. I really don't fucking understand. Holy shit. Alright, let's go next game. Alright, on to game 2. Looks like Fnatic's gonna permaban Kiana, FunPlux opening up with Pantheon ban.
Side selection, they went blue side and they've already banned the Kiana.
So we
Rise ban, thank you.
It actually puts
third ban Renekton.
Where he might need to show, at least for Worlds, a new AD carry.
Third ban Renekton. Oh my god, Fnatic, thank you.
Garen Yuumi is a lot harder for Fnatic to play in this matchup.
You don't know how to play Kai'Sa?
The one we're all waiting for.
You don't know how to play Kai'Sa? Just pick up Gragas for Blitz.
Get locked in. Reckless has played Kai'Sa once.
Gragas for Broxah.
It was a win.
Gragas for Broxah.
2 and 11.
Gragas for Broxah.
No! Yet, and it is locked in to applause in Spain.
And it's so important for the series because if they didn't take it here, FPX would have locked into Kai'Sa, forced Fnatic into something like Ezreal maybe, and AD carry just not as strong as Kai'Sa right now, or into Garen Yuumi again, which does not always.
I think Gragas for Broxah way more important.
FPX following up very quickly though, with the Gragas this time.
Does Blitbo get free gameplay?
Playmaking champions. It definitely signals that they want to have a similar game plan to what we saw
Does
last time
Blitbo get
around.
free gameplay?
We'll see if they can actually get some flex picks for their solo lanes or leave them to round 2.
This is actually a flex pick because they do play mid.
Yeah, yeah, it's funny enough.
With the Nautilus. It's also a takeaway, so you don't give Nautilus Kai'Sa, obviously on the other side.
Varus.
They're going to see if they can
Gangplank something. Gangplank something.
Hard. They do have the possibility to counter pick support.
Gangplank Lee, Gangplank Rakan.
A super strong early matchup, and then try and shut down Fnatic's
Gangplank Lee,
I also
Gangplank
really like
Rakan.
Varus for FPX because it gives them CC inherently in the bottom lane.
Gangplank Lee, Gangplank Rakan.
Tian, Doinby, start going. They can start up these
nice.
fights themselves.
Okay. Leah Rakan. Either would be fine. Maybe make Broxah a little bit more comfortable.
Next, pick here for Fnatic, kind of obvious with the GP, was banned away in the last game. It is one of the best blind picks you can take, and this to me just screams a bot lane focus game from both teams, because now you have GP on top side with his ulti, you have already Varus locked in on the other side, who by the way sucks against GP ulti. He literally hates his life when he gets GP ulti because he cannot do anything.
And you just add another Twisted Fate ultimate on it as well as globals on globals here for Fnatic. Everybody's got access.
Kench.
Well,
Kench Varus. What the fuck?
Tom Kench
what year is this? Kench Varus.
A lot of nerfs though.
Still very strong.
I could get banned versus Kench because it ignores the shield completely.
Safety as well against.
What year is this? Kench Varus.
Champions who want to go.
Well, it's a traditional 1-3-1 comp.
The LPL teams will use Tom Kench to dive towers. You go in, you use the Devour just as a tower.
Don't try to ban Doinby here. I think they need to ban top, not Doinby.
The Tom Kench Tongue Lash actually pairs
Yasuo.
super well with Varus.
I guess Yasuo itself is okay because Yasuo Gragas pairs really nicely and Yasuo is good versus TF. But no more mid bans. Ban a top champ. Whatever he wants to play into Gangplank. If it's Kled, ban Kled. Whatever he likes into Gangplank, whatever your research told you. If it's Vlad, ban Vlad. Just ban the top champ. Kled, okay.
Elise and Lee Sin still open and available. They were the signature picks we're anticipating for the junglers this series.
Yeah, I'm not expecting anything new or exciting, or new or spicy from Broxah in terms of his jungle pick.
Vlad
really
into
like
top.
The
Vlad into
bans here
Gangplank.
with Yasuo or Kled because they can be flexed in both solos. And I think Vladimir
1-3-1 comp with Vlad.
Get scaling or Kale against GP.
Kale?
So
what the fuck?
Not have a global ulti, but we will then have something that can.
Oh, I think Kale's bad both versus TF and GP. I think Kale pick here is really troll. The Kale pick here is trolling.
As we've seen already.
Garen, Karma, Morg. He's gonna hover Garen, Karma, Morg. That's what he always does to troll.
I will say though, if this Kale does not go top, I think it might be a mistake from FPX because then you
Okay,
actually give over a lot
not
of
trolling
freedom
with the
to
Carmen
Fnatic
work.
to roam and make plays. I think
All
it
the
has to go
star.
top lane.
All the star into
Kench
Kench is really kind of
It
extra.
definitely doesn't feel like a Duinby champion. I would say
As a
that
melee
it's
champion,
definitely gonna be Gimgoon,
Kench
but
is one of the
we shall
hardest to
see
play
until the
against.
final
And
pick
All the
is
Star is one of the
so
hardest to
far,
play into Kench.
and that's
The
about
only
it.
good trait you
Alistar,
have
though,
versus
Pyke, Rakan back
All the
away,
Star
top
as
lane
into a
makes it long.
Kench
Of course,
is when you can
expected again
WQ
with
2
Broxah
people
to
at
get one
once.
of his comfort picks.
If you don't
This is a lot
knock up
more
2
like the
people,
Fnatic we want to
the
see.
only thing you can do
Very
versus
fast,
Kench is
playmaking
push and roam,
support,
push and roam.
And then they have a strong early game jungler here that can pair up with the support.
Nah.
Great chaos.
Wow,
Well,
FunPlus
boxes
went
now being
complete
clicked through
scaling.
for FunPlus. We'll get an answer of whether this KL is going mid lane or top lane once we see the final lock-in. Duinby has already run the KL once in the group stage,
Yeah.
5-1 and 3, and it looks like he'll do it again.
Actually, if they wanted the scaling to come from the
I think
top side,
Nautilus
it would've
here
been
actually
the
would've been
Vladimir
pretty
pick. They
decent.
would have locked that in because it's a good matchup.
You can
into
go on the
games
Kench whenever the
later on.
TF comes.
But here we go. We're going to get the Gnar. As we've seen, you can try and whittle him down as well. Again, how are they going to answer so many?
A lot of
these
times, the
globals
solution
towards
into
the
Kench
bottom
is burst
side
to Kench.
when Duinby
That's
is
why you
on
see a lot of
this
Kenches
scale?
running
Not
cleanse,
gonna
a lot
have
of Kenches
to
getting
say about the
QSS.
mid-lane
Nautilus
priority,
plays really
which
well
has
into that because
determined
Kench can't
Exactly.
QSS Nautilus.
I think we're going to get a very different game from FPX early on. Like, they will not be as proactive with setting up these big plays bot lane. I think actually...
I mean, Fnatic's gonna play
Fnatic
towards
is
boss
now
side
gotten
again.
with them
Even when they are
very
playing towards boss side, I
comfortable
still think
draft in
Nautilus
terms of
would have
how
been
they
so
like
much
to
better.
play the game.
Where
Tons of
FPX has
support
a
from
scaling
support.
comp
They
with
can
really
actually
strong
play around
backline.
bot side and leave
Varus
Oppo
KO,
on top.
Kench protecting the
This is gonna be a
backline,
game where
Gragas
Fnatic
for
can
engage.
dictate the early game around bot lane.
Exactly. These are almost ideal champions for
If
what you
Fnatic
would
does
realize
nothing
for the
around mid and
Fnatic
jungle
side.
again, I'm
See
just
how they play
gonna.
out on the rim. If they can even up
They
our
have a
carries
Leaf in
here
TF.
and take it
They should
1-1.
fuck the
fans
KO.
in Spain and everyone
Just gank
watching
the mid side over and
Europe
over again.
wants
It's
to
really
see
hard
that
for KO to
happen.
handle.
And I'm hearing and I'm feeling flashbacks to the first half of groups and the second half of groups where Fnatic moved to those comfort picks, the playmaking support, something comfortable for Bwipo and for Broxah, and we saw such a marked difference in
Fnatic
their
things.
performance. Now we need to see it happen when the pressure is turned up against FunPlus Phoenix to Fisher.
It's one of the big things for Fnatic. They're great when they have a clear game plan, easy to execute, where they have playmaking champions for Broxah and for Hylissang. That's what they have in this game, so it's back to comfort for this team.
Now just quickly, as we're loading up, I do want to take some time to look at the numbers between the first half of the group stage and the second half of that group stage, where so much criticism is given to the clutch performance from Fnatic and so much praise to their victories over SKT and RNG. And after seeing Fnatic lose game 1 with the Garen Yumi, and maybe you can argue the Rengar, do you know that parallel storyline of the first half decision making versus second half decision making? It feels like it's coming back there, Kobe.
Definitely agree. You can hear the crowd behind them as everybody's setting out for defensive openings here. Don't expect
At least
any
this
sort of
time,
invades like we
All
saw
Star
last time
TF
around.
lead.
A lot of it
If All Star
determined
does run,
by
the mid
your level
3v3
one
is
of your
crazy
champions.
strong.
We are talking about
TF flash
already
card
a
into
much
All Star,
slower
knock up
opening.
into Lee Sin damage should one shot anyone.
And of course, one of the big players in terms of the early game, Broxah, he fought for those blue buffs in game number 1. He was one of the difference makers. As we moved into the second round, Robin, you can see his kill participation, K+A, going from 0.7 to 5.0.
Yeah, and last game, you know, he was against an Olaf in the early game as Elise, so he's not winning that matchup. He didn't have a support to back him up because Yumi was stuck in the bot lane. So it made it very difficult for him to actually play the game without any lanes who could really
They don't know, but they got spotted on
Delayed
Wars.
invade this time from
they're
Fnatic.
hiding around the corner.
Oh, if anybody's left behind, this is going to be problematic. Nemesis sticks in the mid lane. Gets the gold card into
They
Duinby.
started
I
blue,
think
this is
3
bad.
V3 Reckless, though.
This is bad. This is
is
bad.
stepping into
This is
LWX.
bad.
Reckless is not in
Reckless
sync
has
with
to
the
flash.
team. He walks all the way through Duinby. Now Broxah comes to help. Do FPX engage the flashes? There's the dash away.
Oh.
Tian goes for the
What
body
the
slam.
fuck? This Tian guy's trolling.
Fnatic are chasing
This
Tian.
Tian guy trolled.
And they
Tian, what the
Reckless
fuck?
picks it up on
Oh my
Broxah.
God.
Forced to flash defensively. That looked crazy, but it comes out in Fnatic favor.
It was crazy. That was ring around the rosy here with the
That was
blue
in your
buff
favor.
in the end.
Oh,
Fnatic,
shit.
Even with Reckless by himself,
Oh,
taking
shit.
blue buff damage. They
Oh my
struck-
god. Oh my god. I have to redo this part. Oh my god. I have to redo from the start of the game. I have to redo. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna redo from the invade. Okay, we can talk about the invade a little bit more in detail.
Hiding around the corner.
Oh, if anybody's left behind, this is going to be problematic. Nemesis
Okay,
sticks
so I'll
with
explain why they
the
didn't.
gold card into do in B. Okay, 3v3. Reckless, though,
He's taking the buff.
is stepping into LWX. Reckless is not in sync with the team.
So here, why I was really mad at Tien for hopping over. They're already in a really good spot.
He walks all the way through.
They're already in a really good spot. Like here, he doesn't need to hop over at all. He can just finish this, or he can E towards Broxa here. He can, okay, if Broxa W is away, then that's fine. Just finish this. He took W level 1. He won't have Q. It's hard for him to fight for the blue. You have no reason to go in here. You see All-Star here. Maybe you don't see the TF, but you should imagine TF is here. So you're just literally going into 4 people and expecting rest of your team to flash in after you. Like, why do you need to do that? Like, if you're going to do this, then the whole team needs to flash after him. If the whole team isn't going to flash, and also if the whole team flashes, it's hard for them to focus down targets. They should just finish the blue.
Flashes. There's the dash.
That's why I was so mad. Like, this is so weird. Just finish the blue. What are you doing? It's so fucking stupid. Forces Chris to flash also. It was just so dumb on so many levels. And then Doinby flashes also.
Defensively. That looked crazy, but it comes out in Fnatic favor.
It was crazy. That was ring around the rosy here with the blue
This Tien
buff.
guy
In
entered.
the end, Fnatic, even with
He
Reckless
entered both
by
level
himself
1s.
taking blue buff damage, they circle back around because Tien is the only one who flashes over to try and focus that. They get him down. First blood. And
Whipple
guess where it
loves
goes?
abusing
The
people
Kaisa
earlier on.
into Reckless's hands, exactly where they want it.
With
Yeah, it
Corrupting
actually looked
Potion,
like Reckless
and
was-
there's a
was
Potion
called out,
Mastery
and
that
if
gives
they
you
could
movement
try and
speed
get
whenever
onto
you
him,
use it.
Tien actually
So
tried
you
to
have
bust
Grasp,
over
you have
the wall
GP
as well
passive,
and start the fight. That's why
and then
he
you
ended
also
up
have the
dying.
Corrupting
Every wall
Pot
smash. Now
Burning,
he is
so
gonna
you
be
have
spotted by this wall
damage
because
over
of
time,
red
and you
buff.
also get movement
Broxa is
speed.
taking
GP is actually
bot side
really
camps,
strong
he's
level
also
1, and
spotted,
Whipple
so
loves.
they have the information. This is the fight again. Looks like
Whipple
Reckless
loves abusing
is caught
people
out
with
of
it.
favor. Broxa's with him.
GP is
And
actually
now,
insanely
all
strong
too
level
late to
1.
go aggressive,
He has
but he's
secretly
not the
3
only man who
skills.
can follow.
Exactly. It's
Corrupting
because
Potion with
everyone
Time
else
Work
hesitates
Tonic,
on the other
his
side of
passive
blue
plus
buff.
Grasp,
LWX
and the
never
range
flashes
Q.
over, actually. It's because they
Just-
all
he's
kind
an
of
insane
corral
champion at level 1.
themselves behind this wall. Regardless, though, focus.
They were indeed. Fnatic looked FPX in the eyes and said, "What's your move, bro?" And they managed to pick up first blood. They support Reckless in the play. He hasn't yet backed, and despite being under some pressure in the bottom lane, flashless, crisp, while Broxa, with that ward from earlier, he's challenging the red buff.
He's taking that. We know bot side, Varus Tom Kench will win
Really
early.
good start for
He's not
Broxa.
really a champion before he gets to
Wow.
blue levels.
He
On
denied
his
2
shelf,
buffs.
Whippo playing very aggressive top
He
side.
denied 2
Of
buffs.
course, using strong early game off GP, and he knows
When you're this
my
ahead,
jungler's
it's
nearby.
really
I can
important
do
to
this.
not
Yeah,
farm
he
your
knows
own camps,
because Broxa here
but
is
also
tracking Tien. This
keep
is gonna
taking
be
away
a
enemies' camps.
big Broxa
If he
game.
knows the
Huge
enemy
difference
race
from last
timing,
time
then he
around.
should just
Look
go on
what
the
he's
enemy
done
race
with
over and
the
over
early
again, and
game
also
phase.
the
You try
double
and
golem.
use that pressure to continue to keep it up with Lee Sin. You can just bully Gragas out of his own jungle, take the red buff here, and he's got complete seniority as far as the Scuttle Crabs as well.
And I know the level 1 obviously went in favor of Fnatic. That makes it even worse right now for FPX. But this is why in the draft you were like, okay, what are they planning on doing here? They don't really have a solo lane who can like hard snowball on the TF or the GP. But they also later on
Okay,
in the
I don't
game
mind the
have a
reset
bot
here
lane
from
who
Broxa.
will get attacked by
Probably gets to
multiple
finish his
globals, so
jungle
it's hard
item.
for them to actually win lane super hard.
And then he can
take
just stay
down
on top of
turret.
Gragas the whole
So
time.
FPX right now, fairly slow early setup with their composition. And that normally
Okay,
does not
too
favor
long
them.
sword,
They
that's not
actually wanna
bad
play
either.
aggressive in the early game.
Fight.
Right,
If you're going
Hillsang
2
is
long
going
swords,
to
fight.
aggressive now. Tien's coming in, no
Ah.
flash. Hillsang, flashless as well. He will.
Oh, this
get
feels
shut
so
down.
bad.
The kill is done.
Because they should know that FPX is bot side, or their jungler is bot side. The camps that are up, Wolf, maybe they don't know the Wolf is up, but they know for a fact the Scuttle's up. So Gragas has no option other than to reset, buy boosts, and then come bot side for Scuttle. That's literally his only option. And then Hilly still played aggressive. They should 100% know jungler's on bot side.
Yeah, I talk about this a lot where you as a jungler counter jungle your opponent so heavily. Broxa's like, hey, this guy's got no camps left up, took his red buff, chased him out of his own jungle. The only object left for Tien to go for is going for a gank. It's like
No, it's going for a Scuttle and then bot side.
Convert.
Oh my god, that was
Side
close.
almost steals that
No,
one
but
back away.
literally his only option was
And
Scuttle
now
into bot
only
side.
His camps are starting to respawn. He can go back over to his own side, but that's a moment that feels bad for Brox and for Fnatic, where
Right.
Tien did not have a lot of options, and yet one of the only ones open is that bottom lane focus,
Hello?
which pays off here.
And we have to assume this is communication.
Holy, am I hearing
problem where
things?
Fnatic are
Wait, did he? Oh, he Hextech flashed in there.
maybe calling wrong where the jungler could be, because there's no other reason really to try and take this 2v2 fight, unless you thought jungler is for sure not bot lane. Because you didn't have any vision. So you must have felt very confident he was either in base or somewhere else.
He had to be...
has to be bottom side of the map.
Yeah, thank you, Kobe. He has to be bot side, and you still went in.
They've got full wards on the top side, so they know.
Damn, Core JJ put it best.
Full kudos to the observers there for toggling the vision.
This guy is either Iron or Grand Challenger.
Didn't actually spot out Crisp and Tian there by the tri-bush. There is a control ward and there's a potential dive being set up, but this could be a 3v3 very quick.
We have level 6 on TF. Good thing, of course, with ulti, he will spot the Gragas as well. Here, going!
Alright, there's the Devour already used. 2-man knockup and 1 inside.
Finish the
belly.
Kench
Gold
first.
comes down, Crisp is gone.
Oh, they split targets. They split targets. They split targets. You guys split targets.
Fnatic, it's a 2v1 in favor.
Wait, how the fuck did you fuck up this dive?
TF. Good.
All right, I'm gonna give you guys a pop quiz. What should be the focus down order? In what order should they kill people? No matter what, it's Kench first. No matter how you do it, it's Tahm Kench first. And then after that, you can pick depending on who's near.
Good thing, of course, with ulti, he will
Why did he not wait for TF to port in first and then you
spot
can
the
go?
Gragas.
You went for the Varus. You went for the Varus instead of the Tahm Kench? Why? Go on the Kench. Why the fuck would you go on Varus?
Well, here, going!
Alright, there's the Devour already used. 2-man knockup and 1
Oh.
inside the belly. Gold card comes down, Crisp has gone low.
If they did it, and then they also split targets here.
2-man knockup and 1 inside the belly. Gold
Broxa went on Gragas while other people
card
went on
comes down, Crisp
Kench.
has gone low.
Why?
Skin does so much work. Nemesis is going low. This is completely botched from Fnatic. It's a 2v1 in favor of FPX.
And Tian right now, he reads this. He knows they will dive.
They could have
bot lane
died.
with
They could have
early
built this.
6%. It's gonna be bot lane.
They had GP ult. They had Alistar with They had Alistar with Aftershock. They had Ignite. I'm pretty sure if the order went Kench, everyone cleanly kill Kench and then focus down whoever we need to focus down, and Kench doesn't get to use thick skin. They kill 2 people very easily and maybe 1 person dies, and afterwards they can recollapse and kill Varus. They could have probably killed 3 for 1 here. I'm pretty sure they can kill 3 for 1.
Focus from Fnatic. They saw the Gragas with the ulti, but still felt confident they could go for it. It backfires. Tahm Kench, good at defending against dives.
Round 2.
Alright, let's find out what happens. The Sonic Wave doesn't find a target. The KT and Rain will not have enough damage just yet. LWX is pushing forward, piercing arrow.
Oh,
Drops
yeah,
reckless
get
down.
it.
He's got no flash.
Oh,
LWX
no.
gets another.
One more,
That's a
one more.
defensive
Varus
flash
Q,
from
one
There's
more.
a red buff available to be secured. And LWX does
Yikes.
chase more. It could
Yikes.
not get worse.
Exactly.
What
how
the
we ran
fuck?
Chip select though. As soon as they see the double globals, the focus bottom side, they draft the denial. The Tahm Kench comes up big, and here.
Why would you, like, they needed to do the CC where it goes Alistar CC into TF CC into one-shotting Tahm Kench and then one-shotting someone else. But they're doing it in a way where TF isn't here yet and Tahm Kench gets to use stick skin because you're not chaining CC properly. What the fuck?
Tien hovering behind the bottom side, waiting for the dive.
And they have GP ult and everything, so they feel like they can do this, but it's some fairly tanky members.
Why?
And it's a Tahm Kench down here, so it's not an easy dive to execute.
Round 2 is even worse though. So here's another look at how they try and go in. Push the wave.
All or nothing.
No, they felt like they could
It
get the
is
kill
all or
here, and I'm
nothing.
pretty sure the
And
kills
they
were
get
possible.
nothing. Sonic Wave misses there. They know they have to run out of the tower aggro.
They
then.
miss everything.
The turnaround
Kai'Sa
here,
W,
Twitch
Lee Sin Q.
stays on the front line long enough to get the tongue lash. Relies on the gray health, allowing LWX to
Oh.
blast forward, finish off the kill on Reckless.
And let's just give so much credit to this bot lane from FPX. They got criticized during the group stage for not performing as well as they could. But here, they get the early push, then they know there's going to become a big wave.
Asian
They
people
might
love
get
Golden
killed
State
onto this
Warriors.
turret, but our junglers
All the
get
Koreans and the Chinese
outplayed.
people, they
And
all love Golden
actually
State
do
Warriors.
multiple kills now for this Varus. 4 of them. He's going to get such a big lead.
The confidence of this FPX team in their bottom lane. You set up the fish show where Donbe is going, I'm going to be playing the Kale this time around. It's a very different game. You don't get the roams from Rise. You're going to have to outplay, and they make it happen. Dragon setup, though.
Yeah, definitely the case, but it helps when Tian is spending so much time.
I mean, really random, but NBA got recently popular in Asia, and it overlapped with the Golden State Warriors dynasty, and also Steph Steph Curry and both Klay Thompson do stuff over in China and also in Korea. Like Steph Curry came over for a variety show with his brother, and Klay goes to China every year. So they just promote a lot in the Asian countries, and NBA got popular when they were the most dominant. That's why there's a lot of Golden State Warrior fans in both China and Korea.
I think next step for Fnatic is unleash Nemesis again. You must try and do the same thing you actually just did, because you want to try and snowball this, but it's the obvious choice for you. This time around though, try and invest a bit of vision into the enemy jungle on bot side first, so you have full information of where Tian is. You can actually see if he's near bot side or not. If he's not near, then you pull the trigger with Tier Bolter. You can kill the two guys down there.
Wow, Fnatic's building a lead every single game, and they're doing nothing with their lead. It's amazing.
A little bit fearful of the bottom side if I'm Fnatic. This is a 4-kill.
It's absolutely amazing how they can get consistently ahead and still consistently throw away all their lead or do nothing. I guess at least this game's better than last game. Last game they had a lead and they did nothing with it. This game they have a lead and they're doing stuff with it. Be it bad or good, at least they're doing stuff.
Similarly, the Twisted Fate and the Kale are sitting about bang on even in this mid lane, because all of the game has obviously been focused around that bottom lane where FPX have generated themselves a 700 gold lead. And the Blade of the Ruined King is completed versus just the ingredients for Reckless right now.
And the window in the early game where enemy mid...
Oh, also Brock's and no boots. Boots actually so important for jungle, because one, you're always moving around unlike laners. And then two, you do a lot of long chases, or you get chased a lot, so having boost is really important. Not having boost 10 minutes into the game is kind of troll.
And they are doing Drake, so that's why he ends up TPing back. So he can push mid now and potentially go join his team. Fnatic can't then contest. It does mean, however, he can't answer a potential dive in the bottom lane.
Alright, so conceding the Dragon, as well as some pressure in the middle lane. Taking a look at Reckless and Hilla saying they're going to be able to catch that wave. Every time Tian moves to a lane, I get nervous. And he goes in for a small...
It's really bad for... Remember what I said about Alistar? It's really bad into Kench. Like, you can never go on people. The only time you can go on people is if you knock up 2 people.
This bot lane from FPX, super strong. Then you add on 4 kills.
You need to knock up 2 people. That's the only time it's good.
And now you also have stopwatch on your Tahm Kench. So it gets even harder to actually go kill them.
That's it. 4 kills making it even harder. That's the analysis we've been missing to Fishio.
Glad I can deliver it.
Back to the show. But then
you know, 5 kills would be worse.
What does Fnatic have to do? Do you want to see them shut down LWX? Like
you know what's worse than 4 kills on Bears? 5 kills on Bears. This is the excellent analysis that we have you here for the Fishio.
It's extremely difficult right now to find an easy opening. Normally, again, you want to push together and get deep vision on one side so you know enemy jungler is not there, and then you can threaten the play on bot side. Worst case, you just get the turret because you force them away from it and don't actually go for the kills. That is one way Fnatic can get some gold on Reckless.
Also, the really bad thing about the first TF ult failing was Kale got to free farm a lot during that TF ult and push up and get a play.
You want to find this enemy jungler.
They never got to punish Kale. They never did anything with their lead. Fnatic's drafting... they're not drafting like early game focused comps. They're getting ahead on like pretty normal comps, right? Like when you have a comp that's like Kai'Sa TF Gangplank, you're not really like too much of an early game comp. You have early game tools, but you don't scale badly. They get comps with good early game, or they get a decent comp and they pull off a good early game and they do nothing.
Towards Bwipo top, so Gimgoon may be able to respond. Nemesis, I don't think he's yet thrown
this
down
is
that
week 1
Gimgoon's
Fnatic.
about to gnar out. Bwipo already eats the oranges, he's running for his life. Flash is available to him. Gimgoon's about to make an gnar, the Rift Herald looks just
Flash R?
about
Oof, no Flash R.
Bwipo escapes with his life. Tian steps in and secures it. That's just bullying Fnatic out.
Didn't get it, however, I mean, he got the kill on it, yes, but didn't get the eye.
Let's see if they stick around.
They're losing so much from bot side.
Defend the eyeball, but bottom side, the money off the turret.
The first pick Kai'Sa down 20 CS.
He rushes in.
But this is just
first pick Kai'Sa down 20 CS. Down like 3 plating.
So they
feels good, man.
Despite not having full push top lane, it was a very even.
And they tried to sneak Herald. They weren't in a position to get Herald.
When they started it, and Tian was back in.
Or maybe they felt like they could get Herald because top was even, and then actually top was behind. And FPX just took over from top side.
Fnatic, they feel like there's no easy play in the playbook right now, and FPX, they're in control.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of the questions have answers, and it's definitely all credit here to FPX because of the way that they played the early game on bottom side, that they're able to come up with these answers. Hey, what are you going to do about Twisted Fate teleporting on your bottom side with Gangplank ultimate? Well, Tom Kench, we're going to outplay. We have the Varus ultimate to set up kills.
It's not really an outplay when the enemy team's trolling. Why'd you flash, Hilly? All-Star Flash is so valuable. It's almost never worth to use an All-Star Flash defensively. And he used an All-Star Flash defensively and still died. Oh my god, this guy is like gargle on Ollie. Ooh, I don't like this Herald. I think they would have gotten bot turret anyways, and it's not like Fnatic. Oh, okay, never mind. They had to use the Herald because it was right before 14 minutes. Never mind that, never mind that.
And if you're a fan of Fnatic, you should be worried because
wait, go on, Kench!
Being played and it's not yet working. LWX has survived for now.
Stop going on the Varus, go on the Kench!
Running for his life. Hill is making his way forward, got no flash available to him. Broxa manages
good, great kick though. Able to kill Kale without using Kale ult.
Body slams over the wall. The chase isn't done yet. Bwebbo's looking for Gimgoon. Gimgoon's about to make an all out. He flashes away to safety. Fnatic is somewhat split. Hilly's looking for a target. Thus for 1 versus 1. And the parlay sends Gimgoon away.
Need to kill the Kench.
Hylissang has gone far too deep, but the
what are you doing there? What the fuck are you doing there?
Comes over. No,
oh my god. He pushed him over the wall.
They were not with their support, and Fnatic donate the 7th kill.
Ended up splitting up here. Multiple members stayed in the bottom lane, chasing the Gnar, and then Hylissang was like, great, we won the fight, I can maybe put a ward.
I actually like this game better than the first game because Fnatic's being more proactive, but holy fuck, they're still being bad.
That kick from Broxa.
That made my eyes go huge, quick shot, because that was a Kale with ultimate.
I'm like, what the hell is Bwebbo doing? But he's baiting, he's baiting. Gingu knew he was baiting too. He warded the brush immediately the moment he got close.
But even given that, it's a 1-for-1 trade as Broxa went down, and then getting the straggler kill on Hylissang at the end just means that they've got full control over River. There is no support back out here with early wards for Fnatic, so this could be very quick. 2 mountains for FPX, which greatly enhances their group later, 20 minutes in.
Let's see if Broxa can steal it. Not even gonna try. I think the double mountain Drake is so key here because late on in the game, Fnatic can try and split up the map, leave the GP versus the North and have the TF in the other side lane, you know, he's full AD, and actually abuse his ulti to then create a numbers advantage somewhere. But with the double mountain Drake, the fact you're gonna go rage plate on your AD carry, you're gonna burn down this Nashor so fast if you're FPX.
Exactly. It directly attacks one of Fnatic's win conditions, which is buying time, spreading, and trying to pressure. If you don't have that time to buy, because FPX can just group on Baron and force so insanely fast with extra 2 damage. Here we go.
Oh, does Hylissang know how much he's bitten off? 4 members of FPX coming to reply.
I think he figured it out at the end.
I have gone too far.
It went too far, and Hylissang concedes the 5th death of the game. This is a little bit of Hylissang on brand. Coin flip player at times. Has been known to overcommit, and now there's a gold card landing onto Gimgoon. Reckless will chase forward with the killer instinct.
Oh, Reckless!
Oh, he slowed down.
Reckless!
Get in range. That
play
does so much.
Bye, they're overreaching. Fnatic's overreaching. This game's over.
Reckless under the tower. They get the top
GG, reset for next game. People are starting to overreach.
This game is already.
This is starting to mentally drain for Fnatic.
It's all going crashing down for Fnatic. Quick shot. FPX full steam ahead once again. Their duo side gets the top tower. They're focusing towards a dive on Nemesis.
This is just so over.
As well.
Oh man, run away, run away! FPX, the debate, the discussion, which FPX are we going to see? The summer split, the team that was 1 win away from the most dominant LPL team in history.
Honestly, well played from Broxa this game.
Had very questionable play.
I have no idea. Like, of course there is Broxa's fault in it, but every single time they're going towards bot side and they're trying to make a play, they don't focus Kench. Like, they use CC on other targets, and then they start focusing Kench, and then they don't have enough CC to chain kill Kench, and Kench uses thick skin.
Unbelievable.
And then they're not able to kill anyone, and then the fight turns.
Up to them to extend this lead further and be 1 win
and it's not like Fnatic has rookies, like they have veteran players like who must have played during like the Kench first pick era, like Kench first pick, like All-Star era, and like the All-Star execution is garbage.
not,
And the
you know,
like playing against
disengaging,
Kench
not
in terms
actually
of data
committed to the
execution is
dive
also
when they
really
saw the
bad.
Gragas there. But that kind of started the whole thing for FPX here. Let's see what happens around mid.
Like that's the good thing about veteran players. Like you know how to play
As
versus
indeed,
like all these metas
Gold
and all
card
these
has
like
been
champions
primed
that
for
come back.
Nemesis. I'm waiting for the targets. This is a 5v4 for the time being. Broxah
Oh, he's
has the
spotted.
potential to flank.
You were
He has
talking
been
mostly about his
spotted out, as you mentioned,
efficiency.
Deficio.
What?
Now
Take
Ginyu,
two.
no flash available, but he does
Take
have the
two of
mega
enemies
knock.
buff,
Manages to find one
do
of them.
literally
He will,
nothing.
however, find Crisp. There goes the Cal ultimate, but there's so much reply damage. That's Nemesis
God
already
damn.
down. Hylissang follows
They don't win
shortly
5v5, they don't win
thereafter,
split
and the rest
push.
of FPX, they take down the tower.
GG
Abyssal
next.
Voyage will send Tian to the back line. And Reckless and Brox are running for their lives.
Yeah, Fnatic literally cannot fight FPX grouped up as 5. You are never killing that Varus. It is a level 11 super fed Varus with
First
not
jungler
only
in
a
pro
top
history
catch, but
to
also a
for
KO
buff and hit
next
level
to
6
him.
at 9 minutes.
And that is
on that.
FPX just moving ahead as 5, completely bullying this team. Fnatic, they have
His
to
bot
play
lane
their
did
team with
troll
the
though,
spread.
Dom.
But again, it's similar to last game. Where
Literally the
because
only thing
FPX
Gragas
got so
could
many
do
outplays
is go
early,
bot
so
side
they
and
got
get
so much
Scuttle,
of
look for a
lead
gank,
early,
and
but
Hylissang
cannot
went in on the
get that
exact
game
same
plan
timing.
online.
And once again, we sit in a situation where we hit 20 minutes. FPX have killed multiple.
Fuck me, he
out-of-turrets.
trolled. A lot of
They
people
have
trolled
so
this
much map
game.
control, and Fnatic, they've only gotten 1. So it's almost impossible for them to actually split up the map because their minimap at this point is tiny.
Varus
If they're-
604,
FPX decides we're
Rage
gonna push
Blade
down
Borg,
mid, go to whatever
Kill
jungle we
level
want, top
12.
or bot, they just get full map
Gunblade
priority.
almost finished
And Fnatic then
Nashers.
have to play super defensive, but they don't want to play defensive with their draft.
All right, again, they use the Tahm Kench Devour.
Engage is
They-
so
Look at Tian
trash.
here. After Gimgun goes in and actually trades ultis with Hylissang, we're just kind of sitting and waiting. Feels like nothing huge is going to happen. He
Boom.
goes in, he gets the kill ulti, and now look at the Gragas with the ulti, knocks in the Fnatic members, and Nemesis goes down.
Absolutely.
But it feels
destroyed.
so weird. It feels like
But
Hilly
then
doesn't
it
know
is
how to
easy
play Kale.
continue
Or not
pushing
Kale,
forward.
excuse me,
And
All-Star.
the ramifications of this team fight are huge because we talked about the double mountain. This has opened up a pathway straight for
Nar
Baron control.
303.
Now, Fnatic have
I'm pretty
no
sure Nar beats
towers
GP in a
to
split push
defend
now too.
mid anymore, so it's gonna
Fnatic
be
have
very
no way to win the
easy
game.
for FPX.
They don't win split push,
That
they
was
don't win
Paul
team
Whippo.
fight.
That was
Literally no
Paul
way to
Whippo.
win the game.
He sidesteps the Gragas ultimate, takes just enough time. Started a little dance to taunt. Didn't quite recognize the animation. But 002, yes, he's got an advantage right now over his lane opponent, but his team is down 5,000 gold, Kobe.
Quick shot. You gotta enjoy the small things in life. Right now, the game is looking grim, but you sidestep a nice ultimate
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Get your taunted.
Yeah, that's got to be the move, right? But take a look at this bottom lane. 604 for LWX. Rage Blade, Blade the Rune King, Zeal, and Shard completed. Only
The
a
back
moment
lane's
ago
way too
did
strong,
Reckless
and
complete his Rage Blade. So
Fnatic's
he
actually a
had
comp that can
full
get
item
decent
behind
backline
Now
access.
he is
GP ult is
full
always
item
backline
behind
damage.
his lane
Nemesis
opponent.
can
And
port
then
on
you've got
back
Chris,
line.
double
All the star
nine
can
on his
flank.
Tahm Kench, just beats
Lee
everyone
Sin can
he's
go in on the back
And let's
line.
assume Fnatic
Like they
will
have
not
decent
be allowed
backline
to
access, but they're
split
just
up
so
the map
fucking
and
far
try and
behind.
catch people
That's
with
a-
team
And also
ulti. They
FPX
will
has so
drop
many
safe
good
gold.
protection
Yeah, they're
tools.
probably forced to
Gragas,
actually fight versus
Kale,
five, and
Kench.
try and win that way.
Even if they get
When I
good
look at
backline
Tahm
access, I
Kench
think it's
and
really
Kale,
hard
I'm
for them to
obviously
one-shot
looking
the
at two
Varus or
champions who
one-shot
can
the
stop
Kale
someone
without like
from
Kench or
dying,
Gragas or
but
Kale
only
fading each other.
Either if they're in melee range for the Tahm Kench or obviously in ulti range of Kale. So Brox's ulti could end up being the deciding factor here. If he's able to actually separate a carry from the rest of the team, Fnatic might be able to kill him instantly and they can gain a numbers advantage, but it's really hard to do.
Well, fans viewing at home, go grab that picture of thank Mr. Broxah. If you want them to come back in this game, it may be on his shoulders. Barrage bought some
Thank
time.
Mr.
advance
Broxah?
interrupted.
Do you mean the
Yeah,
Chinese
this is what
fans
they
to
have
thank
do.
Mr.
Fnatic
Broxah
are
for doing
spreading the map.
nothing?
You see Twisted Fate on bottom side now using
Or do
the
you mean the
ultimate to
Fnatic
join.
fans to
All
thank
right,
Mr.
where is
Broxah for
Broxah?
this being the
Hylissang
last
stepping
tournament
forward.
with
He's got the
Fnatic?
ultimate available, moves into the pit, so sorry. Now FPX, they've secured the Baron, but at what cost? Broxah is already down. There is no
FPX
thanking
has
Broxah.
secured the
There
Baron
is
at what
no
cost?
thanking Hylissang.
At the cost of
Baron
Fnatic's
is
2 members dying.
deleted by FPX.
And we highlighted the double Mountain Drake earlier, the Varus who could just burn it down in no time. So when you are potentially setting up a flank here and the enemy team is stuck in the Baron pit, well, you have to do it so quickly because it dies so fast. And now, let's see if they can do something crazy here. Oh.
All right, Nemesis got the gold card primed. He's looking
Oh,
at the Gimgun, who is a
Gimgun. That
little
jump was so
tiny
nicely
off.
timed.
But the piercing arrow from LWX sends him legendary 9-0-4. This Phoenix is truly flying and on the verge of 2-0. Double kill for LWX. 10 kills this game. And FPX are looking at shutting Fnatic down.
Oh, they're looking at it all right, quick shot. I think that has been done. FPX here teleporting back out. They
The
want
only
to end
person
the
like
game
really
on this
pulling their
fair
value
buff.
is Whippo, not even
And of
Nemesis.
course, if FPX close this out, Invictus Gaming are
Wow,
waiting
that's
for
something
them
I
in
could have
the
never told you.
semi-finals.
Whippo is Fnatic's
The
best
much
player in the
talked about
FPX series.
LPL, the fall of RNG, what
Not
form
Hilly, not
will IG
Nemesis,
and
but
FPX
Whippo is
bring
their
to
best
the
player.
quarterfinals? Well, I tell you what, it's terrifying today in Madrid. And 15 kills to 3, nearly 10,000 gold up. FPX are on the brink of closing this game out and shutting down Europe's second seed. Now, what defense can they muster? The Broxer Dragon's Rage kick still has power. LWX
You're never gonna kill LWX. You don't have enough backline access.
Elisan gets the pulverize onto Gimgoon.
Just way too much protection. Kale still has ult. Bear still has flash. I mean, he used flash aggressively there even.
For LWX, the inhibitor still
GG.
stands because it's the kills that FunPlus want. Whippo will get run down by Gimgoon. He runs a few seconds longer.
This is like a really, really
Now the
unique
Nexus target.
situation
The Nexus
where
is the
a team has
target
drafted
for
a
FPX.
lot of
18 kills to 3.
protection for
It
the
has
immobile
been
AD,
a
Tom Kench, Kale,
slaughtering
Gragas,
of Fnatic
and a lot of it is meta
members.
picks too.
And FunPlus Phoenix are one game away
Wow.
from the first World Semi-Finals.
Damn,
Game
Fnatic
one,
needs to like
FPX control
start
mid,
coming and
use it to
playing.
tower dive bot lane
They're having
and win that
incredibly
game.
good level ones
Game
and doing
two,
nothing
they go
with
for
it.
more defensive
Fnatic,
drive. They wanna
please,
scale
when you
in
get
the
ahead
solo
level
laners,
1,
and they
like
just wanna
actually do
have
things
a more
properly, like
defensive bot lane. It's
learn
Fnatic
to use
who
your
tries to
brain,
dive
like
them. They
execute on
outplay
things, like
with
what the
top
hell?
bars
Like
and
that's
Gragas
Fnatic's
get
bread
a
and butter.
huge
They have the
lead,
best level
and
1s
suddenly
combined with the best
Fnatic's
early
playbook,
game. They're getting that good level
they
1,
have really
but
no
they're
good
like
option
their early
after
game
they
just
fell behind from that tower dive.
like
This
it
series has
evaporated.
been
Like where the hell did their
insane
early
for
game
FPX so
go?
far, and
It's gone,
especially
like-
I have just enjoyed Chris' play.
Whatever.
A lot of people were critiquing him through
This is
the
gonna be
group
my
stages,
first
but
half
he
of
had
Fnatic
the
versus
offensive
FPX.
looks to
If
find
you've been
the
enjoying it, make sure you tune in for the second half.
He had the